Hello, family, friends, and total strangers. My name is Jim Hardenbrook. My trail name is Condo, and I'm announcing I'm going to be hiking the Pacific Crest Trail starting on March 22nd. I'm going to be video blogging my experiences, and I invite you to follow along. Um, Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I spent 20 years in the Air Force, and after that I spent 16 years as a teacher in California. One of those sites I used to work at was up in the mountains, and every day after I'd get off work, I'd drive down Lake Hughes Road, and I'd cross the trail, Pacific Crest Trail, and several times, I would stop and give hikers a ride into Lake Hughes. And I remember the first time I did that, I gave them a ride into Papa's General Store there in Lake Hughes where they'd get their resupply. And also across the street, they'd go to the Rock Inn and have a cold beer and a hamburger. And there's a post office in Lake Hughes also. But I remember the first time I stopped, my Carol, my wife, said, "What in the heck is that car stunk for 2 weeks. I'm not kidding you. Those hikers stunk so bad, it was unbelievable." But I really got interested in hiking the Pacific Crest Trail. So my wife and I, we had 2 cars, and we lived in Lancaster, California, about 10 miles from the Pacific Crest Trail. So we used to section hike quite a bit while we lived there, and we did a lot of hiking. And one day, we were hiking on a trail, and I keep looking at myself instead of the camera, and I have to fight myself to learn to watch the camera. So anyway, we were hiking. It was really hot, and we stopped to take a break. It was probably 100 degrees plus in the middle of summer, and we were sitting there, and along comes this grizzly old hiker, and he sat down next to us, took his shoes off like us, and we started conversation. And his name was Billy Goat. I can't remember his name, but his trail name was Billy Goat. Rather famous fella. For those of you that have Yogi's Pacific Crest Trail book, his picture's in there. And anyway, I was really amazed at his story. How many times he had walked the Pacific Crest Trail and other hikes. He just lived so much of his life on the trail, and that inspired me, and that idea planted in my head, and I started thinking about it. And 15 years later, here I am. I'm ready to walk the Pacific Crest Trail starting on March the 22nd. Now, I've done a lot of research. I just wanted to go over some of the video bloggers that I've watched that I've learned so much from, and I want to mention them. I've written them down. I can't remember them all. Certainly would remember Dixie and Darwin. Those channels I've learned a lot. Jay Wonders Out, Kyle Hates Hiking, hilarious. IBTAT, I've been to a town, IBTAT. It's not G-rated, folks, but he's a great photographer, and he's hiked the Appalachian Trail, Pacific Crest Trail, and he's finishing his Triple Crown. He's going to hike the Continental Divide Trail starting soon. I would encourage you to follow along on his channel. Jelly Bean Hikes, Deb Campos, Jesse Schertertz, Jupiter Hikes. Wow, what a hiker. Kate Cloud, Marmalade Outdoors, enjoyed his video, especially the one about how to get to Campos. Very interesting. Matt Shafter, Old Man and the Pacific Crest Trail. Old man? He wasn't old. Come on, Colonel. You're not old. I mean, you were Army. I was Air Force. I can understand that, but wow, less than 4.5 months. Amazing. I don't plan on finishing mine that quick. Maybe 5.5 months, maybe 6. But I do plan on finishing it. That's for sure. Outdoor Adventures, Probation Termination. Another person lives in Florida. He's going to be starting, I think, the Pacific Crest Trail also. Radish Uprooted, very interesting. I followed his 2020 Pacific Crest Trail hike. He has a really good video on ice axe use, on arresting yourself with the ice axe. Very good, very well done. I would encourage you to check it out. Radish Uprooted. Rand Burton, Restless Kiwi, Second Chance hiker. the hiking Reverend. Wow, what an inspiration. The hiking Reverend. I keep trying to light my pack like he had his pack. It's going to be a challenge, but I'm going to go back and re-look at a lot of his videos. Very, very inspiring. The hiking Reverend. The Kiwi Sisters, the Trail Hunter, and Mary Mansfield. So I've been doing a lot of research, books. Got a lot of books, maps, video bloggers. I've studied that. I've been preparing for the last year. I've been walking, working in the gym. And so this is my big announcement. If you'd like to follow me on my journey, on my adventure, then I certainly would welcome that. You can just go ahead and hit subscribe. Now, a lot of the bloggers say hit the bell, but I've never hit the bell. I don't want to be dinged all the time. But you're certainly welcome to subscribe to me and follow along. I think I'll add some of the trail. I'm out here at Little Manatee State Park. It's great. It's about 45 minutes from my house. I live in South Pasadena, Florida, over by St. Pete Beach. So it's a 6.6 loop. They got one primitive campground. That's where I'm at now. It's really nice. You make a reservation. I've been here a couple nights, testing out some gear, doing a lot of walking. And I think I'll go ahead and include some of the trail walking on this video. I will be doing a video of my gear. I guess that's what most of the video bloggers do. So I'll do that. I'll lay all my gear out and tell you what I'm taking. Also, I'll be putting it on Packlight, that computer site where you can print out the list of all my gear, and I'll be doing that. Okay, until the next video, take care, and once again, go ahead and subscribe. Hi, Kondo here. I thought I'd take a little video of the stream. This isn't the Little Manatee River, it's a little side stream. There's a really nice place down there. You go down there and fill your water bladder up. I did fill up about 3 liters here, and notice how brown that water is. I don't know, but after I filtered the water looked a little brown. You know, that first bottle I mixed some electrolytes with it, and oh my God, did that taste bad. I don't know what's with the water, but when I come here again, I'm gonna put some 3 or 4 gallons of water in my car at the trailhead, and I'm not gonna use this water again. The main river, there's really not a good place to water unless you want to get eaten by an alligator. So I saw another hiker here before who had gotten water here. So hopefully I'll know before I leave if there's a problem, and I can take care of it then, get some medication. But I think I'll be okay. Sawyer's pretty good. But man, even without the electrolytes. With the electrolytes, it tasted terrible. With just drinking the water, it tasted bad. So I won't use this water again. Just a word of caution at the Little Manatee River State Park. If you're gonna use a primitive campsite, I suggest, yeah, you can go ahead and water up for practice, but just go ahead and bring a couple gallons, leave in your car. You can always go back and get water at your car. That's what I plan on doing next time, because this water is, tasted bad. Bad, I tell you. Well, hello, family, friends, and total strangers. Just got through making my intro video on my Pacific Crest Trail, and I'm trying out my tripod, holding it in my arm, see how that works. You know, I think I forgot to mention that I'm upper middle age. I consider myself upper middle age, not old. I'm only 67. I'll be 68 on April the 15th. But you know, nowadays, that's not old. That's upper middle age. And I've been doing a lot of work getting ready for it. One of the things I've been doing is strengthening my ankles, because back when I used to section hike on the Pacific Crest Trail, I had these big old heavy boots, heavy boots. I remember reading an article at the time saying that you really should wear trail runners because they're so much lighter and you won't get near as many blisters. But they said if you do, you need to really make sure you got nice and strong ankles. So I've been working on strengthening my ankles, doing a lot of balance work, various exercises to strengthen my ankles. So hopefully they'll hold up. If I'm having trouble, I know Ultra makes a higher top shoe, maybe have to get that. Let's just see how it goes. So anyway, just thought I'd hop back on here, test out my talking and walking and looking at the camera, and I've got my shades on. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and sign off on this. I just wanted to show you the trail that I'm walking on. Really nice and sandy, which makes it great on the feet. Anyway, take care. Kondo signing off.